Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out, everyone. I am Madelyn Smith from Equality Ohio, and I use she, her pronouns. If you don't know, Equality Ohio is Ohio's largest statewide advocacy organization for LGBTQ plus folks. We are in the State House fighting for LGBTQ plus rights. We are in our local cities, counties, and other institutions. And we also have a legal clinic, which is able to serve LGBTQ plus Ohioans' legal needs. Low-income LGBTQ plus Ohioan legal needs at no cost. So if you or people you know need legal services, especially at a time like this, please check us out online. I also really want to promote a new document that we have out on our website, which is our updated Trans Know Your Rights package. We had one of these, it was a few years out of date. Now we have brand new stuff from our legal team about what rights trans folks in Ohio have, how to navigate some of these very confusing systems that we have to go through. So I really want to give that a shout out. If you or folks in your life need resources on trans legal stuff, that can be found at our website at equalityohio.org. If you click the Legal Clinic tab, and then you'll see the Trans Know Your Rights under there. Wanted to shout that out before getting into what I will be talking about. But I also really quickly wanted to touch on SB 104. Brooke did a really good job summarizing it. We had more questions, so feel free to ask me some of those as well. But it is a K through university trans bathroom bill. There's specific wording for university stuff. No one really knows how that's going to end up working out. And that's sort of the long story short with this bill. No one really knows how it's going to end up working out. It was a rushed addition to an unrelated bill that towards the end of the fall or summer session, the House kind of stapled onto an unrelated educational bill. And by doing that, they skipped the mandatory process to have hearings in each chamber. So essentially this bill just passed by the Senate completely without any time for committee hearings. Not only does that mean that it was a bill that the public hasn't had time to look at really, it also means it's a really poorly written bill. Obviously it's doing a bad thing, but it is also doing a bad thing badly. And that means that organizations like us don't really know what's going to happen till it happens, unfortunately. So if you are with an organization that works with schools, there's also a clause in this bill about affecting school activities outside of a specific school building. So it could affect places that have field trips like museums and other institutions like that. I really urge you to speak with counsel because no one knows what's going to happen till it happens. And I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. But we will do our best to keep you all and to keep all of Ohio educated and up to date on the effects of this bill. So yes, I will do my best to answer questions if they come up, but like Brooke said, there's so little that we know at this time. We will see. And second, please contact Governor DeWine. I remember for House Bill 68, some people were contacting Governor DeWine's wife. Do that too. Do whatever you want. We are not putting our faith in a veto strategy right now. So prepare. We hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. All right, so what I'm actually talking about, I won't be doing this too long, is local government. When our state governments and our federal governments fail us, local government becomes even more important. Because as folks have been saying all night, you have the most impact in the local setting. I love seeing all the school board members here. School board is probably the place you can have the most impact right now, starting if you have not started anything, you could start getting involved in your school board and have a ton of impact right away. And that is going to be the frontline defense against attacks that we will be seeing from the State House and unfortunately, again, from the White House. Really encourage you to get involved, whether that's just showing up and getting to know your council members and getting to know the issues in your school, or eventually running for office. Really highly encourage getting involved in your local school district. Related, getting involved in your local council is another fantastic way, especially down here in the suburbs where it's not a giant city. You are probably neighbors with some of your council members. And sorry, there's a council member in the room. One of my favorite activities to tell people to do is to bother their council people. Because that's their job, to be bothered by you. Organizations don't like it when I say it like that, but they haven't stopped me.
I can let you know which cars Brian's.
Yeah. So find your, especially if your council isn't all at large and you have ward representatives, find your representative and get to know them and make sure they know what issues are important to you. Because unlike your state representative, your state representatives kind of too, but especially your federal representatives, your senators, even your House members, they aren't going to really be giving you the time of day. These people have to, because that one vote starts to really matter when you get on that local level. And that one person that shows up to every council member, every council meeting, that vote really matters. So I really encourage you to get involved in your local city council because they can impact the lives of your residents in a huge way. I'm going to talk about a couple ways. A great way to, if your council has not done anything for LGBTQ plus folks, and you've got people that want to start, that want to know what to do, but aren't sure if there's going to be pushback, don't know if there's going to be other council members that push back or the local area, a great way to start is a Pride resolution. Recognizing Pride Month or some other LGBTQ plus related time period, day, month, whatever, as recognized in your city. It doesn't have any legal effects, it's just we're proclaiming that this is, we're proclaiming this for our residents and that we want to talk about this. It's a great way to start, and it's a great way to sort of ease your location into some of these issues and create a culture that values equality. Another great step is creating a Equal Rights Commission or something like that. I believe Lorraine did something like that before passing something like that. I'm forgetting the word. But that's a great way for council members and people in the public to be thinking of ways to make their city more equitable. Now, after we've got some of these symbolic gestures and we have people wanting more, a really great next step is a non-discrimination ordinance. Now, here in Cuyahoga County, that's less of a priority, and I'll get to that in a second. But in Ohio, we have no statewide non-discrimination ordinance, which covers LGBTQ plus people. That means that there's different cases. I know there's lawyers in the audience, so I want to be careful. But in general, in Ohio, you can be fired for being an LGBTQ plus person or for many other categories that aren't covered by statewide law. So we have to do that by locality. Now, someone mentioned charter counties. There are 2 charter counties in Ohio. They are Cuyahoga and Summit. So Cuyahoga County has, and Summit County could, pass non-discrimination ordinances that cover their whole county. And living in Cuyahoga County it's really fantastic that we don't have to go every city and get every city council to pass a non-discrimination ordinance, which would also still be leaving out non-city areas which aren't able to. So that's a really great benefit, but it never hurts to be covered more. Places are unpredictable, and it's unpredictable what things will stay, what things will go. It always is nice to be covered more than less. Other things that we can do, we talked about conversion therapy bans. That is another great step that cities are able to take. And recently, we've actually been finding that our cities that start with a conversion therapy ban have more success than cities that start with a non-discrimination ordinance. So we've actually been finding it used to be easier to pass a non-discrimination ordinance at Equality Ohio. Your mileage may vary. We are finding it easier to pass a conversion therapy ban than a non-discrimination ordinance in the current climate. Other things cities can do. If you're not able in a city for whatever reason, whether it's public pressure or council pressure or I don't know what's going on, you can ensure that your city is hiring equitably by having your city have equitable hiring rules. So even if your city isn't able to pass non-discrimination ordinances, you can ensure that your city government is hiring without discrimination. That's a great little step that people can take. Really stinks when you can't read your own notes. It's not just you, I promise. That's the long and short of it. The most important thing to do right now, especially when things seem so difficult, is to stay engaged. Stay engaged past this month, stay engaged past the New Year's. Keep working in small ways, don't burn yourself out, but keep engaged in your local communities, because more important than anything happening on Twitter or other social media or anything else, that everything gets drowned out by national craziness. It's more important what's happening here, with the folks around you, with the government that makes the most direct decisions on your daily life, which is your city. So stay focused and stay ready for a crazy couple years. It's always a crazy couple years in Ohio, so nothing new for us. And yeah, if there's any questions. Thank you.